do. You're very welcome back. You're watching the Daily Rundown with me, Fiona Fox. Now, fireworks should only be allowed on traditional dates like New Year's Eve and Guy Fawkes Night. That's according to a petition which has gained more than 104,000 signatures. The RSPCA is supporting the call for a restriction, saying animals are often left frightened and some have even run away due to fear caused by the loud bangs and flashes of bright light. Now, although the issue is set for a debate on June 6th, the government has said it currently has no plans to further limit the use of fireworks to specific times of the year. What do we think? Is this the dream of an overprotective pet owner? Is it a good idea at all? Is it too far? Do you like your fireworks, Drew? I love fireworks.
I like a good display, you know, but I think the days of just getting a box from the shop and then putting them off in your back garden bonfire night, I think that's long gone, and I think it's probably right to, because... For
safety reasons?
Yeah, because it didn't matter how many things were in place, shopkeepers were still unwittingly selling them to kids who were underage or giving them to parents who were then just letting their kids have them just to keep them quiet and, you know, throwing them at people in the street or sending them through letterboxes. I mean, they were always kind of like literally lightly touched paper and stand back. It was, you know, the way society is now. We were talking about that beforehand, you know, how there's no limits anymore. There's no kind of sense of right and wrong in a lot of ways, that having these many little firecrackers at people's disposal was probably a terrible idea now anyway. But
do you think kind of, I mean, like a fireworks display, like it was your first point, you like is fireworks display. I really think that this is an idea that's been done to death now. Like, personally, you know, if you go to a gig and they started, if you'd gone to a big, say like, what was the Oasis big one in the 90s, the outdoor one? Oh, it gets thrown, yes, exactly. Yeah. That type of a gig, you know, a homecoming or something, and then end up with a big firework display. This is expensive for one thing. And I always kind of feel, oh, it's over, what a great gig. And they're like, oh, I suppose I get a bit of FOMO about it. Like, I suppose I should watch the fireworks. But actually, I want to be on my way. I want to be getting out, beating the crowd and all. But I feel like I have to stand back and watch this fireworks display. Now, even when you come to kind of Guy Fawkes Night, fine. What was the other one? New Year's Eve. It's a bit cold as well.
At the end of a festival or a celebration or something.
No, I think that's a no-no. I think, listen, limited. Guy Fawkes Night, probably okay, fine, I'll let you have that one. New Year's Eve, I'm not for me.
In Edinburgh, it's great, the fireworks display.
Right. I was going to say, Edinburgh, personally, if you want to let the communities know that we can't have fireworks at Chinese New Year, then I don't want to be the ones.
You don't want to be there when I tell them.
No, I don't.
Okay, I'll get out there.
I love fireworks.
Do you like fireworks?
I do like fireworks.
Why do you like firework displays so much?
Because it's a bang and a light and a ooh and a and it's great. It is, you know, it's great fun until somebody fires a firework into somebody's eye. I just think that I mean, I am of the age where, you know, fireworks shops opened up at the beginning of October, shut down 4 days after bonfire night.
That was their whole year.
And they were just empty. But yeah, I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, I am a complete wuss when it comes to this. My mum once served me a dessert with a sparkler in it, and I refused to eat it because I thought she was trying to poison me with sulphur. She wasn't. I like a sparkler. I like writing my name. Everybody likes to write the name of it.
Yeah, we all like.
I don't like a cocktail.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cocktail, of course. It's like, you know, it's decadent in a cocktail.
I think fireworks. Yeah, I mean, basically, you know, fireworks. The same principle is what Christmas crackers work on. You know, it's the same. It's a gunpowder kind of thing. I just think that we should be able to have fireworks. I'm a great believer in natural selection. If you're daft enough to misuse fireworks on your own, then you know, we've not lost.
Be it.
Yeah, exactly.
But hang on a second. So this is RSPCA who started this, and it's going to get a debate, which is quite good. But apart from the animals running away scared and all that kind of thing, there's much worse stories we hear around this kind of thing. You know, obviously purposeful violence and cruelty to animals.
Yeah.
You know, with fireworks, whatever. Would you support it from that point of view?
Yeah, I would. I think you should. I mean, I'm a great believer that you should have the same punishments for cruelty to animals that you should have for cruelty to humans. So I think that, and when I was a child growing up, there were groups of kids who used to tie fireworks to. Exactly. But I think that those people should be dealt with extremely severely. You know, I'm a part owner of a dog, and if anybody was to do anything bad to my dog, I will say I'm not ashamed to say on television,
violence.
I would retribution, yeah.
But do you think that sorry to jump in here, but do you think that that's an unfortunate kind of minority who do this? Do you think this is enough? There are enough incidents of animal cruelty or animal upset or upheaval around fireworks that would warrant this debate in
Well, they were sort of saying in that report that it's not necessarily violent acts, it's the fact that just the noise anywhere in the vicinity of a cat, dog, whatever your pet may be, is enough to send them.
I mean, you should see my house when I get the Hoover out. Like, there's a cat and a dog, and they go bananas up the stairs. Never mind, they don't like loud noises. Animals don't. We are supposed to be a country who love animals. What do you think?
Yeah, we are, but there's always nut jobs out there. You see some awful pictures of stuff there was done a hideous thing yesterday. I saw somebody had just cut this dog's ear off. You know, we are a nature of animal lovers, but there's always that element, and so. I mean, one of the worst cases I read in that piece was that this family who loved their pets so much actually had to move away to a more rural area, because when it got to bonfire night, with the best one in the world, people were just doing what you do on bonfire night. They weren't being, overt in any way. That her dogs just couldn't cope, and they actually moved house.
Wow.
So that's a big
Do you think that's a
commitment.
bit taking it too far to kind of uproot your life?
I think there must be like a doggy sedative you could give it.
There is, yeah. We used to give our
week.
dog a Valium at home years ago when we were growing up.
Yeah.
She wasn't really into it though. She kind of tried to fight it, and it didn't really. Overall, she still had a bad buzz.
Yeah.
For the whole night. But do you think it is? So, kind of the bottom line. Do you think that it is a step too far?
I'm not sure we would miss them. I think you're right. I think we'd miss it really.
I wouldn't miss fireworks.
No.
I used to live in Hungary, and they used to spend 1% of the national budget on a fireworks display on their patron saint's day. 1% of budget on fireworks. That's madness.
Was it good?
It was all right. Like, they're all the same, aren't they? They're all the same, I think. That's the thing. I was starting to go, oh, wow, that one's amazing. Oh, I kind of want to go back to my drink now. Do you know?
Yeah,
that's what I kind of feeling. Anyway, we'll see how what kind of effect the debate has. We better rush on to our last story, and we have to be very careful with this one, guys. I'm just going to remind you. The Supreme Court has ruled that an injunction banning the naming of a celebrity involved in an alleged extramarital relationship should stay in place. The Sun on Sunday says the story is effectively out because it's been published in America, Canada and Scotland. But the Supreme Court disagrees, saying that there would be additional intensive coverage if the injunction was lifted. It went to the Supreme Court to consider the issue after 3 appeal court judges ruled the injunction should not remain in place. So still we can't say who they are, obviously, but this is the final word on this, is it? Do we think?
It should be.
It's
a non-story. I think the most depressing thing about this is that, where is the story here?
In America, Canada and Scotland.
But it's also the fact that why is that still news that someone spices up their sex life? Particularly in America, my God, if anything's against what they perceive as normal in America, they can shoot people's heads off with guns in America. But if somebody, has been a bit naughty or say just try to spice up their sex life, they're completely, pilloried, which is probably what forces people to take out these daft injunctions. It's a shame that that's still news, really. Do you feel it should be just do you feel that the privacy of the celebrity should just be left unprotected? Well, I think as the fact is it's not been, that person should just have owned it. Yeah. Just because it's not a big deal. I don't see it as a big deal. You think they should have actually just It's been made a big deal now because of this injunction. Yeah. Just, they didn't kill anybody. You're kind of coming from the point of view of the sort of salacious, the gossips and that who are interested in, just to kind of keep them down. But what about the kind of privilege of getting to do what you want and then stopping people talking about it? How do you feel about that? Because, the average person on the street can't do that. If they get up to it's daft in this case because it is out there. Yeah. It's pointless. Yeah. What do you think, Stephen? Well, I think the only two issues in this story are safety and consent, and they are only issues for the people involved, and everybody else, none of their business. I mean, the fact that a celebrity chooses to do something, okay. The fact that they're a celebrity makes it news. I mean, I'm not suggesting personally, I have this information. I'm not aware of the whole story, but I have the information.
but I don't really care.
No,
it's not. It's not.
Right.
It's
from
not
from the other side, though, do you feel like? I mean, because I agree. I actually fully agree with that point. But I just think it's kind of interesting to. Ultimately, they are celebrities. They're being reported on all the time for ridiculous things. Sitting in the park having an ice cream. You know, those kind of non-stories that we see all the time in certain websites, news websites. But do you think that there should be a sort of a facility there that lets them have a control on what's reported about them? Because, like I said, the average person doesn't have that. I mean, obviously, maybe the newspapers don't want to report it, but you know, you can't stop people out in the street talking about whatever number 22 is doing.
But it's different. It's how different celebrities deal with it. You know, there are other celebrities who have had stories that, you know, I mean, it's not in the same way, but there are celebrities who have chosen to either sort of just sort of say this is what's happened, or, you know, other celebrities have chosen to sort of through their art create kind of, you know, postmodern sort of look back at it and sort of a sideways look at it. I just think that it is strange that we're sat here not. You know, we know who it is. I'm not going to say who it is. I wouldn't say who it is because, you know, I'm not a nasty person and I'm a law-abiding citizen. But it's not a story.
Do you think that this makes us more interested, though, the more that we kind of have this type of covert, sort of coded conversation?
It doesn't make me more interested, but it will make a lot of people more interested.
That makes a lot of people.
In a way, it's, you know, they've kind of shot themselves in the foot.
You think so, yeah?
It's made it a bigger story than it ever needed to be. And
of course, when it comes to it, it is out there in other news, in other countries as well. Thank you very much for that, guys. That's the end of our news stories for the moment, but we're going to have some music from Jamie Borrowdale when we come back from the break, so don't go anywhere.